Okay, number 11 on page 31. This is such a cool problem. It takes a lot of perseverance and problem solving to get through this, but we're gonna make it through this. And we start off with let angle A and angle B be complements. Okay, it starts off just real simple. It's important that you always just start off with the most basic things. What does that mean about those two angles? It means that if you add their measures up, you get what? How many degrees? 90 degrees. Now, we're going to come back to that. But off to the side, we need to make some sense out of an angle's measure is 6 degrees more than 3 times the measurement of its complement. What does that mean? Well, I know 6 degrees more means plus 6, and I know 3 times is, just multiplying something times 3. Okay, so let's just pick one of these, either A or B, to be having a measure of x degrees. Let's just pick A because it comes first. Let's let that one just be x degrees. Okay, so what would you call the other one? And let's say that it's the one that is 6 degrees more than 3 times the measure of its complement. So if you were 6 more than 3 times the other guy, wouldn't it be that? So one of the angles is x degrees, the other one is 6 more than 3 times that. Try to wrap your head around that. But that works. So now we use some substitution. We're going to substitute in here for the measure of angle A. We're going to substitute in x. Bring down the plus sign. What are we going to substitute in for the measure of angle B here? Well, what's the measure of angle B equal to over here? 6 plus 3x. And I don't expect you to be able to get this on your own at this point, but I want you to start following along what's going on here. So, like I said, we're going to replace that with 6 plus 3x. Just try to make sense of it. Don't try to memorize steps, because, like I said, no two problems are going to be alike. You can't memorize it. So then we combine our like terms here. We have x and 3x. That's a total of 4x. We have a plus 6 to take care of. Bring down the equal sign, bring down the 90. We're then going to subtract 6 from both sides. And we are left with 4x equals 84 degrees. So we divide both sides by 4. X is equal to 21. Alright, so got that part done. We're actually not done yet. Okay, so let's mark off some territory for our last part, the grand finale. Here we go. We need to answer the question, and that was find the measure of the angle. An angle's measure So essentially, we should go ahead and plug them back in, or we should. Oh, well, let's see. Actually, the measure of angle A is equal to x, and x is 21. So the measure of angle A is 21 degrees. What would the measure of angle B be? Well, 90 minus 21, that's going to give you 69 degrees. Now, I wonder which answer are they actually looking for? Are they looking for the measure of angle A is 21, or are they looking for the measure of angle B is 69 degrees? It's hard to make sense of this problem. You just have to read it a few times. An angle's measure is 6 degrees more than 3 times. So I think they're asking for the larger angle. The first angle that they mention here. An angle's measure. This guy here is the large one. So the answer that they're looking for is 69 degrees down here, the measure of angle B. Now, you don't necessarily have to have even used the measure of angle B. I mean, someone could have switched it around, used different letters. So really, we just know that that angle is 69 degrees. Okay, so again, I don't expect you to be able to have done this on your own, by no means, but you need to be able to follow it along. And if you have to go back, watch it again, stop it where you get confused and go over that part again and try to figure out what is it that's confusing you, and maybe you could post a comment on our class page on Edmodo and we can get it clarified for you. Alright, so let's move on to the last one. Okay, number 12, a sprinkler swings back and forth between A and B in such a way that angle 1 is congruent to angle 2. Angle 1 and angle 3 are complementary, and angle 2 and angle 4 are also complementary. If the measure of angle 1 equals 47.5 degrees, find the measure of angle 2, the measure of angle 3, and the measure of angle 4. And let's go ahead and, I know we've been doing so many equations, let's go ahead and knock this out with the some diagram notation here instead. You know that the measure of angle 1 is 47.5 degrees, and so we gotta have a complement here. I'm sorry. Notice this. Look, I just noticed this here. Angle 1 and angle 2 are congruent, so we should go ahead and put that over here too. Hey, we did that part already. We're done. That part. Okay. Now we know we have right angles. Let me use a red square for this. Got a right angle here and a right angle here. So those are, right angles are 90 degrees. And let's put in red here angle 3. And we know angle 3 and angle 4, are they congruent? No, it doesn't say that, does it? But what does this have to be angle 3? Well, we're going to take this whole angle is 90 degrees minus 47.5 degrees, and you're going to get 42.5 degrees here. Okay. And the same thing is going to happen on this side here, and they do end up being two congruent angles, even though it didn't tell us that. And there's your answers. Just put them down though in a written format. Okay, last one. Alright, so we're going to be actually learning this on Thursday that vertical angles are, for example, these two angles I marked with red are vertical angles. And in blue, these I'll mark with a double blue. These two angles are also vertical angles. So we're just gonna list those. I'll write the ones in blue. So angle ABC and angle EBD. And in red, I will write the other pair of vertical angles, angle ABE and angle CBD. Alright, so there's two pairs of vertical angles, that's it.